Oh, my lovelies. My heart is just so heavy today. We've had to say goodbye to a real diamond, a true one-off, the incredible Kim Woodburn. She passed away at 83 and the world just feels a little bit dimmer without her bright, brilliant light. I know so many of us are feeling this loss right now. Kim wasn't just a face on the telly. She was like that auntie you have who says exactly what she thinks, makes you roar with laughter, and has a heart of absolute gold underneath it all. She was a force of nature, a whirlwind of honesty and fabulousness, and we were so lucky to have her sparkle on our screens for as long as we did. I remember seeing her on the telly for the first time, and I just thought, who is this amazing woman? She had this energy that just jumped right out of the screen and grabbed you. It wasn't just what she said, but how she said it, with every ounce of her being. You always knew where you stood with Kim. There was no messing about. In a world where people can be a bit beige, she was a glorious, vibrant rainbow. Her passing has left a huge hole, and you can see it from the outpouring of love online. She truly touched so many people's lives, more than she probably ever knew. The news came as such a shock, didn't it? Her representatives said she was incredibly kind, caring, charismatic and strong, and honestly no truer words have been spoken. That was Kim to a T. Strong was the word. She faced every single thing in her life head on, with her chin up and her hair perfectly coiffed. We knew she'd been having some health troubles recently, but she was always such a fighter that you just assumed she'd be with us forever. It's a sad reminder to hold our loved ones close and cherish these big personalities who bring so much joy into our homes. What I'll miss most is that twinkle in her eye. You'd see it just before she was about to say something outrageous and hilarious. It was a look that promised pure entertainment, and she never, ever disappointed. One fan wrote on social media, "Despite whether we loved or couldn't stand her, I hope she is at peace now," and that really sums it up. She got a reaction from everyone, but underneath it all was a deep respect for a woman who was unapologetically herself. Rest in perfect peace, you wonderful, wonderful lady. We will miss you more than words can say. Now, what made Kim so special was that she wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Oh no, my darlings. Her story is one of pure grit and resilience. She had such a tough start in life, something many of us never knew about for years. She spoke about having a very difficult childhood, even suffering terrible abuse that forced her to leave home when she was just a teenager, only 16 years old. Can you imagine that? Having to find your own way in the world at such a young age, with so much pain behind you. It just shows the incredible strength that was inside her from the very beginning. She packed her bags and moved to Liverpool, starting a new life for herself. She found work as a live-in cleaner, rolling her sleeves up and just getting on with it. There was no fuss, no self-pity, just a determination to survive and build something for herself. This wasn't a glamorous start, but it was the foundation of the woman we all came to know and love. It was in those years of hard graft, scrubbing and polishing that she developed her famous no-nonsense attitude and her incredible work ethic. She knew the value of a hard day's work because she lived it every single day. It's a proper real-life fairy tale, isn't it? For years she was just living her life, working away as a cleaner in Kent, completely unknown. Then in 2002, everything changed. Channel 4 was looking for someone with a funny temperament for a new show. They found Kim, and bam, a star was born. She didn't go to drama school or try to get famous. Fame found her because she was just so authentically, brilliantly herself. It's a story that gives you hope, that shows you it's never too late for your life to change in the most unexpected and wonderful ways. Her journey just proves that it doesn't matter where you come from. It's the fight inside you that counts. She turned her painful past into a source of immense strength. She refused to be a victim. Instead, she became a powerhouse, a woman who took control of her own destiny. Every time she stood up for herself on television, every time she refused to be silenced, she was showing the world that survivor spirit. She was an inspiration without even trying to be, just by being Kim. What a woman. Let's talk about the telly babes, because that's where we all fell in love with her. It all started with How Clean Is Your House, alongside her trusty partner Aggie Mackenzie. What a show! Kim wasn't just cleaning houses. She was giving us life lessons with a feather duster in her hand. She'd march into these filthy homes, and with her rubber gloves and her iconic pearl necklace, she'd sort everything out. She wasn't afraid to tell people a few home truths about their grime, and we loved her for it. She made cleaning entertaining, which is a miracle in itself. After becoming our nation's Queen of Clean, she went on to conquer the world of reality TV. First, she took on the jungle in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, in 2009. We saw a different side to her then, tough, determined, and still absolutely hilarious. She came runner-up, you know, only beaten by the lovely Gino D'Acampo, though she later called him a full-of-himself little pig, which is just classic Kim. She always told it exactly like it was, and that's why we couldn't get enough of her. She was pure television gold every single time. But my goodness, it was her time in the Celebrity Big Brother house in 2017 that cemented her status as an absolute icon. She went in as a late arrival and turned that house completely upside down. She wasn't there to make friends. She was there to be herself, and it was magnificent. Her fiery arguments and legendary one-liners became the stuff of legend. Adulterer, chicken-livered bunch. We were all glued to our screens every single night, just waiting to see what she would say or do next. She finished third, but for many of us, she was the true winner of that series. Her appearances on shows like Loose Women and This Morning were always a treat. You knew the moment she sat on that sofa, you were in for a good time. She had opinions on everything and everyone, and she wasn't afraid to share them. Whether she was giving her verdict on other celebs or the state of television, she was always passionate, brutally honest, and incredibly funny. A fan summed it up perfectly, a true reality TV icon that always had me in stitches, especially on Celebrity Big Brother. She really was one of a kind. So what will we remember when we think of Kim Woodburn? It will be the laughter. Oh, the deep belly laugh she gave us over the years. She had this incredible gift for cutting through the nonsense with a single, perfectly delivered line. She created so many moments that have become part of our culture. People quote her every single day. As one fan beautifully put it, an absolute icon of reality TV who I quote daily. R.I.P. to a legend. That's her legacy right there, bringing people joy and a bit of her own fabulous sass into their everyday lives. But it wasn't just about the laughs. Beneath that tough, outspoken exterior was a woman of incredible kindness and warmth. You could see it in the little things, the moments of vulnerability she sometimes let slip. One fan shared such a touching story. When I was in the literal pits of depression, my mum got me a video message from Kim Woodburn, and I still watch it all the time. R.I.P. legend. That just gets me right in the heart. It shows that behind the camera, she was someone who genuinely cared and used her platform to lift others up when they needed it most. Her boldness gave so many people courage. In a world that often asks us to be quiet and fit in, Kim was a glorious lesson in being loud, proud, and completely yourself. She taught us that it's okay to have an opinion, to stand your ground, and to never, ever let anyone walk all over you. She was a fighter, a survivor, and a beacon of strength for anyone who has ever felt small or overlooked. She showed us that you can face the toughest things in life and still come out shining, with your head held high and a witty comeback at the ready. Kim Woodburn will never, ever be forgotten. How could she be? She was more than just a celebrity. She was a phenomenon. She was a firecracker who lit up our lives. As another fan wrote, a woman who provided the nation with so much entertainment and took no crap from anyone her entire life. Thank you for the joy and the laughs. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for being you. Thank you for the memories, the catchphrases, and the inspiration. The world of telly won't be the same without you, my lovely. Sleep tight, you absolute legend.